Highlands Ranch purchase contracts up by 33.3% last month. Yeah, you heard that. I'm Sean Reddy of the Keller Williams Reddy Group, and this is a look at our Highlands Ranch market in a minute. For November, using October stats, we're going to look at October of 2023 versus September. We're also going to dive into October of this year versus October of the previous year. And let me go right back to where I started. Purchase contract activity jumped up by 33.3%, going from 66 homes under contract in September all the way up to 88 homes under contract in October. Huge jump there. Did not see that coming yet. No, maybe I did, because we saw a huge drop in September when we saw 39% less contracts versus August. Let me go through some of the others that do favor the sellers first, and then we'll get into some of the metrics that favor the buyers. New listings dropped by a healthy 25.4%. 118 homes listed in September versus only 88 in October. Available homes naturally fell because of the two aforementioned stats. Fell by 15.8%. So as of October 1st, there were 165 homes for sale in all of Highlands Ranch. As of November 1st, that number was down to 139. We already talked about purchase contract activity. Average price, what closed in October versus what closed in September, up 5.7%. Median price is actually down. So there must have been some, well, not must have, there were some higher end sales that influenced that average, pulling it upward. Median sold price to list price ratio, what you get versus what you asked, jumped up 1.4% to a median of 100%. So obviously zero delta between asking price and selling price of the 73 closed sales last month. Speaking of closed sales, down 18% month over month. Of course, we saw that coming because purchase contract activity was so much lower. Sorry, I had to straighten that in the month of September. Days on market, that actually took a big jump upward, going from 20 average days to 29 average days, 14 median days to 19 median days. So that represents about I'm just going to do an aggregate there, about 40% increase in time on market spent. Okay, so some mixed signals as far as does it benefit buyers versus sellers. Obviously, encouraging as a seller to see that purchase contract activity go up, see your competition go down with less new listings, less available homes. Just know it's going to take a little bit longer, most likely. Now let's look at year over year, because I think that's just as much, if not more telling than the month over month stats. Okay, so what stood out to me year over year, and this is looking at October 23 data versus October 22 data. It actually took much less time to sell a home, believe it or not, than October of last year, with the average and median days on market down about 20% compared to this time last year. New listings were down slightly, down 91 to 88. Available homes down again slightly, 144 to 139. Purchase contracts up slightly, 84 to 88. These all represent single-digit changes year over year. But check this out. The average price of what closed in October of 23 versus October of 22, up 9.9% from 701 up to 771. Median price also up, smaller though, 3.8% from 650 to 675. Whereas the median sold price to list price ratio, what you get versus what you ask, up 2% from 98 to 100. So of the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 metrics that we track, year over year, 8 of those did get better for sellers, believe it or not, in 23 versus 22. So what does that mean? Well, we know that the media is a doom and gloom factory, so they'll tell you that nothing is selling and it's, prices are dropping significantly, yet the data, scoreboard doesn't lie, as Rasheed Wallace used to say. The data does support that now is actually quite a fine time to be a seller as compared to last month, even month before, especially last month. And there are some pockets of opportunity because your competition is typically at its lowest in the fourth quarter, especially as we get close to the holidays. That time frame doesn't fit for you, don't try to be a seller. Yet if you do want to move by the end of the year or into January, now might be a good time to look at it. Now, what does that mean if you're a buyer? Well, you do have slightly less to choose from, yet it's pretty average when you compare it to the rest of the year. And there are some, well, I shouldn't say some, there's plenty of homes out there that have been sitting quite a long time, mispriced it from the get-go, and obviously missed the market. You can probably squeeze in and get a pretty good deal on some of these homes. In fact, we just helped somebody do exactly that in Highlands Ranch, getting it for what the number shows, well under market value. So that's great too. So there's always opportunity in any market. And this is a Highlands Ranch wide report. So we're looking at 100,000 properties in total. And if you are looking for something that's more specific to your section or your neighborhood, your street even, reach out to us, because we can create these reports for anywhere, and love geeking out over this stuff. So thank you so much for listening, or watching, I should say. I'm Sean Reddy, Keller Williams Reddy Group. We bring this to you every single month. We also bring you more micro reports in our YouTube channel. So if you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and as always, slide into our DMs. Thanks again. We'll see you next month.